But I think Vargas has really got to press the action every single round. Remember, Corte has the habit of fading late in bouts. I think he's got to press that issue. And Al, across the ring, a very interested observer that I saw standing up is one Winky Wright, cheering firmly for Ike Corte.
Well, he believes that he beat Fernando Vargas. It was a very close fight. He performed very well against him. Winky is a guy that does not get the respect he should in boxing. Terrific junior middleweight. Someone suggests his nickname has something to do with that. I don't know, but
he hates being called Ronald, though. Yeah. And we asked Ike Corte earlier this week if he thought Ronald Wright beat Fernando Vargas, and he emphatically said yes.
We are in round 3. There have been 2 excellent rounds already. Round 2 was wilder than round 1. Corte planted himself on the ropes and counterpunched off there. Also took some shots from Vargas. Now this part of the fight is being waged in the center of the ring. Vargas is allowing Corte to move forward, though, and get into that rhythm that you talked about, Steve, that you don't want Corte to do.
Well, it's interesting. I think Vargas has made a slight adjustment from coming forward with the hard 1-2s, really boxing in circles. The problem is, and you just heard Roger Bloodworth say, keep your circle small. I think they want him off those ropes.
About a minute left to go here in round 3. Low blow again by Vargas. Still Cortez didn't warn him. Now he is caught in the corner there, Vargas, but he gets away. So this is clearly a round in which Vargas came out to box. Is he winning the round because of it? Well, he might be. Good right hand by Vargas. Ike Corte doesn't do that well with lateral movement against him. About a half-minute left to go here in round 3. A less active one than the previous 2.
Hey, Corte still has that snapping jab, though.
Yeah, he's
consistent with it.
He never abandons it. There's a good counter left hook by Corte, but Vargas gets the right hand in. Now, a couple of those punches blocked, but it pushed Corte back. So that'll do it for round 3, a round in which Vargas boxed, but he took a right hand at the end of the round. So these are very, very close rounds in what is shaping up as a very tight fight.
Un round de boxeo un poquito inteligente, sí está bien. Póngase muy abusado, ¿eh? Es todo lo que vamos a hacer.
Telling Vargas to keep boxing. Corte will get tired. And if you're smart, you'll win this fight.
Al, despite that last right hand by Corte, I gave that round to Vargas. I have a 29-28 for Fernando Vargas. 3 very close rounds.
The right hand by Corte and a low blow by Vargas. That was right. This is the exchange right at the end of the round, which was the best part of the round for Corte. Vargas boxed well before that. Well, we know their strategy. They want, as you suggested, to take Ike Corte into the later rounds where they feel he'll fade. And they don't want Vargas standing in front of him just exchanging with him.
Al, interesting scenario, though. Everyone just kind of assumed that Felix Trinidad, with those extra 7 pounds, would become stronger, maybe a better fighter. Corte, for some reason, has not been given that benefit of the doubt.
That's a good point. Probably because he hasn't complained as much about making the 147 pound. He's been a welterweight for a long time, so I guess they just didn't think it would matter.
I think most people would say that the Felix Trinidad we saw in March was markedly improved over the one that we saw in September against Oscar De La Hoya.
Also, David Reed didn't move on Felix Trinidad. Had he moved, we might get a better idea of that. Corte still using the jab, still pecking away with it. both men have good jabs. Vargas has an excellent jab, and he shows it to you there. Another low blow. I'll tell you what, he gets a warning from Joe Cortez, and Vargas is a fighter, even in the right fight, he throws a lot of punches that are very marginal in terms of the border.
Well, I think it's like this, though, Al. If you're like a pitcher hitting the black on the outside consistently, you're going to get those extra 2-3 inches. I think if you throw enough shots down there, you start getting the benefit of the doubt.
Vargas having himself a very good round 4 using the jab and the straight right hand. Corte with his own body shot. Left hook by Corte, and there comes the jab. Jab and right hand and hook by Corte. 2 of those punches got there. Starting to be a very good boxer-puncher kind of a match.
Oh, good uppercut by Vargas.
And there's Corte ripping the left hook to the body. 2 very, very good boxers in the ring. Are they great? I don't know. You'll have to judge, but they're very good. Another low one. And I'll tell you, Vargas, he's going to take a point away, and I'll tell you what, he should take a point away. He's doing the right thing, Joe Cortez. Fernando Vargas is throwing a lot of low punches in this fight. And so, our first telling moment here.
Let's go.
A low blow that gets a point deducted.
And this is big, Al. I thought for the most part Vargas was winning that round. I think this can change the complexion of this round at least.
And Cortez should press the attack here. Try and see if he can't steal a 2-point round here.
Seems to be a borderline shot.
That was borderline, and there was a warning. That was the warning. Now here's the punch that got him the... Well, that one I thought was low. And see, I think, even though the warning was marginal, I think Vargas threw a lot of low blows earlier before that. But I agree, the first warning one was a marginal one.
I just think one of the things is Joe Cortez, as the referee, has to take control of this fight. I think that's a step to do so.
Wanted to make sure it didn't escalate. We head into round 5. It is the IBF Junior Middleweight Championship. Vargas the champion, 18-0 in the brown trunks, in the multicolored trunks. It is Ike Corte, the former welterweight champion. Good right hand by Corte.
It's interesting, Al. I think Winky Wright posed a sort of a technical and maybe a mental dilemma for Fernando Vargas. I don't think there's any doubt watching the first 5 rounds. I think the Bazooka is presenting a physical challenge to Vargas that he's never had before in a ring.
Well, it's been a very, very close fight. Both men have had their moments early in this bout. And remember, good left hook by Vargas. The Vargas plan is not to dominate Corte right now, but just to try and win rounds, steal rounds here and there, get him into the 7th, 8th rounds, and then go dominate him.
Well, I thought Fernando Vargas really grew up in the last 3 rounds against Winky Wright, especially in rounds 10 and 12. Really dug down deep, and there were a lot of questions about his stamina.
Well, of course, he's got a new training coach, John Philbin, who works with the Washington Redskins. Vargas talked a lot this week about the fact that he thinks he's in much better condition than he's ever been before. Had great sparring with Michael Covington, Verno Phillips, and Jonathan Reed. Phillips, a former junior middleweight champion. And he thinks he's going to be ready to be the one that's in the better condition here. Good combination by Corte. Corte cutting off the ring better now against Vargas than he did earlier and keeps pushing that jab out there. But Vargas throwing the jab and the straight right hand. These are such close rounds. Good movement by Vargas. Under a minute left to go. Counter right gets in by Vargas. as a counter against the jab of Bazooka Limon. The movement of Vargas has been a key in this round. Overhand right, comes back from Corte. Big hook by Corte. They exchange at the end of each round, and that's what they're doing now. Wow, every round closes the same way. You pick the winner. That's a rough one.